Here we go again. Another controversy that I'm going to just get flamed in the comments for. Today we're going to be doing another top 10 list. This time it's Surging Sparks. And I know I'm going to go ahead and get flamed in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and get prepared for that right now. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Coming in at number 10, we have Braviary. This was an easy pick for number 10 on the list. This card is just fantastic. The artwork, the style, the whimsical, again, that whimsical style that y'all know I like at this point. I mean, it's just fantastic. The way it almost even looks like people did like watercolors on this, so I really enjoy that. Currently right now, Braviary has actually seen a surge lately. It's up to $6.79 when it was down to as low as $3 back in November. But I'd tell you what, this card, look for it to be a sleeper card coming up in the next few months, and I think we're going to see just the price continue to rise on this card. It is 100% easy top 10 Braviary. Great card. Coming in at number 9 is a little fish that could Feebas. This card does not get enough recognition. Feebas in general doesn't get a lot of recognition. When it turns into one of the best water types in the game, in my opinion, we'll probably see that maybe a little bit later on this list. So just a little bit of a spoiler alert for y'all. But right now, this card is awesome. The underwater view of just into like the swampy kelp, that makes it that much better. Right now, this card going off at $12.89 right now, when it was a $6 card. That makes, in my opinion, a good buy right now. Again, not really ranking the buying or selling powers of these cards, but I highly recommend anybody's collection. They should definitely have this. Feebas is a great number 9 pick. Coming in at number 8, we have the Alolan Executor. Now, this, yes, is an SIR. I know this should probably be higher on my list, but I have a few reasons for it. I mean, yes, the colors look great and all, but I've just never been that much of an Executor fan to begin with. Even with the Alolan Executor, I just really never was. Don't get me wrong, the card looks awesome, but I still think there are way better cards than this. I mean, yes, it's got the sunset like going over the background, and yes, it's a great card, but it's not the creme de la creme, if you know what I mean. Currently right now, this is going only at $62.11. This card was up at $100 back in December. It has seen a massive fall off since then, and I really don't think it's going to ever get back to where it was. It'll probably stay around the $50 to $60 range here, probably about for the next few years until something happens where this card will resurge. I mean, but right now, number 8 pick is going to be Alolan Executor. That's where it's going to stay. Coming in at number 7, we have Durant EX, Special Illustration Rare. I have a lot to say about this card, and I love it so much. I have a lot to say about Durant, but that's for another time when we're actually judging them in the game. But as far as this card, the way it looks, watercolors, and just the simplicity of this card makes it all that more worthwhile to me. Coming in right now at $40 for a Near Mint Holo, and when it was $20, I mean, if you bought this about maybe 5 or 6 months, what was it, 5 or 6 months ago at this point when it was released, you made a pretty good amount of profit right now. But regardless of profit, the simplicity of how this card is done, in my opinion, makes it a great number 7 pick. Coming in at number 6, we have Milotic EX. This card is amazing, guys. Again, the continuation of that Feebas and just the way it runs into this card, and in my opinion, makes it really cool because you can see the evolution of the Pokemon and the evolution of the card for that matter, and it goes from like the murky water into the sun, and that to me is just fantastic. Currently right now, this card at one point was $81.63. The current market value right now, the market price is $148.63. That's fantastic returns right there. If you're going to be able to pick up a card that's going to continue to increase in value, in my opinion, Milotic EX is going to be a great place to start. I expect this card to eventually be around the $200 range, probably within the next year. But the way this card looks in general, Milotic EX is a great pick. Coming in at number 5, we have Pikachu EX. This is the one everybody wants, the special illustration rare. I know I should probably want this more, and I probably should rank this higher, but to me, it's just number 5. It's just number 5. Yes, it's a very special Pikachu. Yes, we have seen this done so many times, and yes, this is a great card, and it's a rare card. But is it worth $400 or $500 just for this artwork? No, it's not. It flat out isn't. I mean, yes, you have the terrestrialized version of Pikachu, and that makes it really special right there. And I'm not going to argue that the rarity of this card doesn't justify the price, but the artwork does not, in my opinion. There are, again, far better artworks. This card, when it first came out, $583. $427 back in November. Currently, right now, sitting at $470, $453. But this card is not worth that, in my opinion. If there's far better artwork on this list that should be at that price, in my opinion. Yes, there's more cards of it, but whatever. Pikachu EX is going to remain number 5 on my list, and that's what it's going to be. Coming in at number 4, a very underrated card, Skarmory. Skarmory illustration rare. This one is amazing. The way they did this, just sitting on top of like a car kind of thing, almost looks like a VW bus it's sitting on top of. I know that's like a building, but it looks like the top of a VW bus to me. And the way they did this, the watercolors look incredible. Again, I'm into that whimsical style, but this card was amazing. Skarmory right now is going for $17.82 market value. This card has stayed around that too. Yes, it was down to $13.10. Yes, it even got as low, as you can see, as $10.56. But this card, in my opinion, again, my opinion, I'm not giving financial advice here, is going to continue to go up. I expect it to be around the $50 range by the end of this year. Skarmory, if you can find it, go ahead and get it. It's a great, great number 4 pick. Coming in at number 3 is Latios illustration rare. This is a fantastic card, the way this card was done. Again, not necessarily even looks like they did like a watercolor whimsical style that I like, but just the way the detail and the shading of the way the illustration looks, in my opinion, is fantastic. Right now, this card sits $40, and it was even up to $45, possibly even $50, I believe, at one point. No, it doesn't look like it, but it actually got down to $35, which is surprising for me because this card is just amazing. I really don't understand why it got that low, but I think it will probably stay within the $35 to maybe $55 range for the remainder of the year. It might even get some more if there are reprints. It might go lower, but right now, until that happens, it's going to stay between the $35 to $55 range. But as far as artwork, it's fantastic. I can't say much more about this. Latios is a great number 3. As promised for the spoiler alert, our number 2 pick is Latios EX. This is a fantastic card. The continuation of the Latios is amazing. And if you put those two together, I mean, if you've ever had the chance to, it looks fantastic. The rarity of this card right now, too, is going to make it that much more special if you are able to pull it, for that matter. Currently going for $246.50. At one point, it was $200, even got up to $266. I think it's going to stay around the $250 mark for anybody looking for it, but that's only going to increase throughout the year. Expect this card to hit $300 to $400 by the end of the year. As you can see right now, somebody is already charging $369.75 on TCG Player. They're probably not going to sell it for that right now because the market being where it's at. But I still think this is a good card to pick up anytime that you can. Keep going ahead and ripping the packs if you can, and keep trying to pull this, because if you can get this For your collection, it's fantastic. Just look at it, guys. The way the shading coming off of the sun of that, it's fantastic. The the illustrator, I mean, he went out of his way to make sure this card was great, and they did a good job putting it as a special illustration rare. And it's a great number 2 in my opinion. I'm going to stick with that, and now we're going to move on to our number 1. And again, I think this is going to be really controversial, but I still have to do it. Cerule Edge illustration rare. It's way better than any SIR currently. Yes, I know the rarity is not that great. I know it's a cheap card. It's going right now for only $37. Yes, I know that. But look at this card. The detail they had to do to get this card was fantastic. Also, the first illustration rare of Cerule Edge. It makes it that much more special to me. And this card, in my opinion, in a year or two, will be a $200 card. Hold on to them, guys. Don't sell them right now. Just hold on to them. Please, I'm begging all of y'all. Just let the craze die down. I promise you this card is going to go up in value, but right now, again, sitting at $37.06 when it even was as low as $18. But I tell you what, the way this card looks, the illustration, and how cool it looks in person, and I know that it's gonna be, I know it's gonna go up. I know it's gonna go up. But again, if you've never seen it in person, you're really not going to know until you see it. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and look at it. Now, I didn't open this on camera because it was my birthday and I was doing stuff with my family, but we managed to pull the Cerule Edge. This is a fantastic card. It looks even better in person than on the screen. I can't tell you enough how good this card is. And I hope you guys get a chance to see it in person. I hope you have one in person or in your collection, and I hope you hold on to it. It's a great card. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, and we will see y'all in the next one.